You are watching School Night. My name is Novena Carmel. I'm here with Cassowary, a.k.a. Miles Shannon, who just killed it on stage. Also played my favorite song, She Funked Me, so I'm very happy about that. Tolliver mentioned my boots. Here they are.
Gas.
That's going to hurt later. Man, that was amazing. I'm tangled up right here. Yes, so many things to talk about. The energy is just like lit right now. Okay, so a few people asked this, and I just need to get this out of the way, because I've known your music for a while. I've known your artist name, Cassowary, for a while, and I never thought, what does that name mean? So I looked it up today, and I was also I wanted to learn more about you, and the first thing that came up was this giant bird.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, I never would have thought that. And then I looked more about the bird, and it has huge talons, but it's also very colorful, and it has a great kick, and it doesn't fly. And I was like, what does this have to do with Cassowary, the artist?
Big time.
Please shed some light on this mystery.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's funny you say that, because Cassowary was just an animal I was always really obsessed with. It's dangerous, it's beautiful, like you said, colorful. And I saw this parallel when I was kind of figuring out my alter ego, because my music is definitely a vibe. It's not exclusively who I am as an everyday person. It's more like an alter ego that I step into. That being said, Cassowary is a dangerous and flightless bird, and I saw the parallel between that and me as a musician and me as a black man being labeled as dangerous and flightless. These are two terms I was like, let's prove that wrong, right? But it's not mutually exclusive to how we're identified, So basically, I saw those parallels, and I was like, okay, let's just continue to surprise people and prove them wrong, and also bring out the best of these these identifying things that are associated with it. So yeah,
that's awesome.
And here we are, years later now. So
yeah,
and at the time it was so relevant to me, and I feel to everyone. And then years later, it's it's still relevant. Fuck, it's still relevant. It's still relevant. So
yeah,
it hasn't gone away. And so
when that happens with art, it's sort of a double-edged sword, or I don't know what the saying is for it, but it's like when I listen to Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On," 50-year-old record,
right? And
it's so relevant. You're like, it's amazing how relevant it is, and you're like, oh damn, is that good that it's relevant?
Right.
When you think about the topics, global warming, racism, inequality, it's oh, okay.
Wow, and that's such a deep song.
Yeah.
That meaning is so deep. So
yeah, exactly.
I always try to bring that, and the entendres associated with not just the name, but every song I write, I want it to be what does this mean, and I want to be relatable to whoever's listening, and then also I want them to associate it with who I am.
Yeah.
So I want the listener to be wow, this is so much related to what I'm going through, and then also what is Miles going through. So that's what I try to bring that to every song and every experience, every show.
You said a minute ago you were Cassowary is my alter ego, or you said something like that, and it kind of hinted that it's different than Miles. What do you think Cassowary is as an alter ego that Miles is not? And keep your mic steady if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. I think if you meet me and you know me, I'm very chill. I'm very chill. I'm not aggressive. I'm definitely more of a lover, not a fighter kind of vibe. And then when I'm on stage, it's the implications, listeners don't know, people in the audience don't really know. I'm up there wailing on the saxophone, and then I got depending on who I'm playing with, I got my my keyboard player Duncan, he's ripping, my drummer Sean, he's fucking got Aiden on the. It's just it's a big energy performance. And then I hop off stage and I'm like, hey, how's it going? So it's kind of misleading in a way, but I think that adds to the mystery and the excitement and the approachability of who I am as an artist, and also the music. So it's not just for people who are aggressively into jazz music. It's for everyone. I try to make it for everyone. So.
Yeah. And you talked about your band, and I just love the energy on stage. I believe it was your bass player,
Aiden.
Yeah. He was so fun. Everybody was so much fun to watch individually.
Yeah,
Sean was
he's moving.
And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
When one of the songs was done, and I love that. And then Sean on the drums, and that one song right before She Funked Me, you said that was a new song. Is that
Eugene.
one that's out, or is that coming out?
It's not out. Eugene, that song's coming out as soon as my album's out. It might be a single.
Okay.
I'm kind of just letting it, take its own course. I'm working with Omos Keith right now. He's helping me produce the record, and he's helping me work on that song.
Omos is amazing.
Omos is great.
Yeah.
He did Channel Orange with Frank Ocean. He's done a lot. He's worked with Bardot, Dilla. Like, I'm blessed to be able to work with him right now. So he's helping me put everything together, and the whole thing's a process. So I'm just being patient with it, and so in good time. But
cool.
I thought it's a good night to share it. The energy was there. So.
Oh, it was there. I was like, I want to hear this one again.
Yeah.
Let's get to some of those AMAs, if you don't mind. I know some folks have some questions for you. Jesse, leave me alone, or Jess, leave me alone. The irony of asking a question, your name is Jess, leave me alone. Wants to know your Cassowary's favorite artists. Who are you listening to? Or are there other modern funk and jazz suggestions besides yourself that you might share with Just Leave Me Alone and the entire Twitch audience?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. So for years I was kind of like a jazz purist, just only doing jazz and funk and like kind of instrumental music. And more recently, I've been experimenting with songwriting and different genres. So like, whereas like 4 or 5 years ago I would just be like John Coltrane, exclusively. But right now I'm listening to like the last record I picked up was Porches. Last Porches record.
Cool.
It was ridiculous. Tori Ma is one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, he has an album coming out.
And I'm on the edge of my seat for that one.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, those are my two big ones right now. I mean, I'm always listening to Badu, always listening to like, good records that have sampling and stuff like Dilla and Premier and like the classic cats. The records I grew up on were like Black Star, Mos Def and Kweli, Mobb Deep, I try to, and Far Side, like it goes on and on.
Yeah.
Like and like every year I have a different approach to what I'm listening to, and especially when I'm working on a record, I'm not listening to anything.
Oh, okay.
So right now I'm not listening to anything.
Purposely, you don't listen to anything.
Purposely, but it's partially just so I don't get influenced too early. Because what happened was I'm working on this record right now, and then I heard the Dijon record. I was out. I was like, damn, it's hot.
The one that just came out recently,
It was too hot.
Yeah.
It was too hot. It made me change my whole shit.
Dijon record is really good.
Really good record for any of y'all who haven't heard it.
And I feel like it lives in a similar universe as you. Like, if you like Cassowary, you like Dijon.
Right.
And vice versa.
And that's exactly why when I heard it, I was just like, dang. And the same thing happened when I heard, damn, what was it? I can't remember the name of the record. I'll get back to it. But there's a lot of records like that where you hear it and you're like, I should not have heard this right now.
Yeah.
So I heard the Dijon record and I was like, this is too hot. It's too innovative.
Is there a song that you've ever heard? It could be from Dijon or someone else that you're like, damn, I wish I wrote that song.
Big time. Yep. Big time. It was it's by Juice WRLD.
Oh.
Juice WRLD.
Wow.
I actually don't remember the name of it, but I for the same reason I try not to listen to it because it's so good. It's so good. But it's like it's his classic breakup song, and I'm sure somebody knows it here in the stream, but
classic breakup song from
by Juice WRLD, yeah, and like everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. I try my hardest not to listen to it because it's that good.
Tell Me You Love Me? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Someone said that. Maybe not. That's the first. Okay.
I don't think that's it.
On to the next thing.
Either
one. Stu Dog asked some of your musical training, and I think it's also related to something that I thought it would be fun for you to share, which is like how you started playing the trumpet.
Okay.
You started playing the saxophone, and I kind of gave it away, but you initially were kind of. There was someone that played trumpet that inspired you to play, but you thought they played sax, right?
Exactly. That is true. No, that's true. So my mom named me after Miles Davis because she was always a big jazz head. And so growing up, I kind of just didn't know much about anything, and I was like, all right, cool, who's Miles? Oh, you play saxophone? Cool.
Yeah, didn't ask.
I didn't know, didn't ask. I said, Mom, I'm playing saxophone. She's like, that's nice, sweetheart. Like she had bigger issues. So I started playing sax and picked one up at the school, and then it was like the news was broken to me that it was not, in fact, the instrument that Miles Davis played, and I was bawling, crying,
Dang.
Then I was like, you know what, this is actually like...
How old were you at that time?
Oh, I was like 8 years old. And I put it down for a long time, stopped playing, and then like kind of was like messing around. I always had a good ear for music. My grandfather had like a lot of records growing up. I was listening to Clifford Brown and Harold Land and like Max Roach. And
wow.
Then like, yeah, just eventually I was like, you know what, fuck, like saxophone's dope too. And it also just clicked with me, and I never really turned back. And then since then, I've tried to pick up trumpet, and it's a hard instrument.
You think saxophone is a little easier?
Oh, big time.
Because it's like, is it something about like
the embouchure? Yeah, big time.
embouchure,
And you know, they only got three keys to like alternate with like, you know, patterns and stuff. Like it's very complicated. Whereas saxophone is chromatic, and I can just play every note individually. So
yeah, big time.
Just, a lot easier for me. So anyway, that's that answer.
Yeah.
You know, originally I was supposed to play trumpet, but here I am.
Playing saxophone, killing the saxophone. I'm really excited for when more music comes out.
Yeah,
like,
the new record's gonna be hot.
I feel a little like demanding, but we're ready for more music from you.
Oh, trust me, I feel the same way.
Okay, cool.
Because I've been working on it for so long. We're on the same page. You know, it's like when you're in that purgatory of like getting the record out, mixing it, then you mix it, then you master it. It's like it's a whole thing, like way past when the album's actually done.
Yeah.
Now I'm like in this, like I said, purgatory where I'm like, when is it actually gonna be done? And like by the time it's released, I'll probably be damn near tired of it.
No, so, hopefully not. Hopefully you'll release it and come back here to play the music for us as well.
I think so.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
Miles.
Thank you, thank you, y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for listening. I love y'all.
Yes, continue to listen to Cassowary. Download the music, buy the music, and stay tuned.